Coming up on Winning Bets, I've got your Premier League and Monday Night Football bets. Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Jason Matters with Winning Bets. Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode, the Monday edition here on Winning Bets, where we call it Monday Someday, where we always sum up the previous week worth of bets. Before we do that, I hope you guys had a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving, maybe even a long extended time off from your job. Wasn't the greatest of all times here. I actually got really sick, was sick for about 30 hours over the course of Thanksgiving, weekend there, so didn't have a lot of enjoyment, obviously struggling through whatever the hell was going on inside my body, but I got through it. I'm all healthy now. And overall, then it was a great time, hanging out with the family. So I hope you had a good time with your friends and family as well over Thanksgiving. Let's jump on into it. I want to talk a little bit about it. I haven't done a show since Wednesday, due to the Thanksgiving holiday. So I want to kind of recap the past few days, talk about some of the wins and the losses, and then we'll get into the week-long stats there. And then I've got your 2 Premier League bets for you today, and then we've got a bet for you on Monday Night Football. All right, so the last time I left off, we had just come off the 5-1 sweep on Tuesday's Champions League action. We had rolled out some Wednesday Champions League bets. We went 1-4 on those. We lost that City Olympiacos. Remember we said that there was going to be a draw there in the first half. That was really frustrating. That game, in terms of how it goes, it went in terms of how my research and stats, provided on the show went. Unfortunately, City got the one goal in the first half, but then the second half was 0-0, and that was a drawless. So those halves just flip-flop. We get that cash. Even the one goal that the City had, Olympiacos turns it all over right at there at midfield. Instantly, they're in trouble because City's breaking. And unfortunately, like I said, they were able to get that goal. So that was a bad one. Inter then wants to go ahead and get a red card through Arturo Vidal. I mean, what is he doing bumping into the official? You just can't do that. You can't do that. So as soon as Inter then goes down to 10 men against Real Madrid, even don't care what injuries Real Madrid has, they're going to be tough to give up a goal on when you're playing a man down. So Inter then score. Atletico purely dominated Lokomotiv, absolutely dominated them. Lokomotiv didn't even have a shot in the first half. Atletico was all over them. They ended up getting a goal, but got it discounted due to VAR, offsides call. So that was just really unfortunate, just due to how dominant Atletico was, if they couldn't find that net at least on the back of the, at least once. And then Bayern. Bayern was the only team that came through for us. Bayern is the one thing that you can bet on in sports betting. Bet on Bayern. They've come through us every time. They came through us again on Wednesday, so that was good. So that was our Wednesday recap. Thursday, then the Thanksgiving, that was really bad. We missed all of our bets and prop bets on Thursday. Just a disastrous Thanksgiving. Took off Friday. No bets on Friday. And Saturday, it was just really unfortunate. We missed the Liverpool money line. I mean, Liverpool money line ended up not cashing for us because they gave a penalty in the 93rd minute. It was absolutely bogus, the penalty they give up. So I'll eventually, when we get through this, we'll disclose, a losing record. But it's stuff like this. I mean, Liverpool is winning the game. All they had to do was hold out for 2 more minutes, and then they give up a penalty. It was a shit penalty, yeah. But still, it happens in the 93rd minute. Those should be cashes, and that's just the bad luck that hit us this week. That was just an example. Also, missed Burnley under 6.5 shots. They had 1 shot in the first half, and then they explode in the second half and get like 7 or 8. They're getting their ass kicked by Manchester City. Manchester City's absolutely dominating the ball. They did the same thing like they always do against Burnley. 1 shot in the first half, and then again, they get so many there in the second half. That was unfortunate. Dortmund team total, they didn't cash on Saturday. They ended up losing that game actually to Cologne, so they put up a stinker. We did get the Juventus under 16.5 shots, so that was at least salvaged a little bit of Saturday, getting that Juventus under 16.5. And then we rolled on into Sunday. We had some good wins. We hit that Josh Allen 2 TD plus prop. I went ahead and tweeted that out. PointsBet was doing a promotion. They teased those odds way down for us. So Josh Allen 2+ touchdowns, that was a good one. That would let you bet a $100 max bet. I put the full $100 bet on that. We also got Gabriel Davis over his receiving totals. That was easy. He was coming in for the injured John Brown, so that was a no-brainer and an easy cash. Stephon Diggs went over his reception, so that was good. We got that Saints against the spread, -5.5. That was obviously easy. Broncos don't even have a quarterback in that game, so that was easy. We missed on the Rams money line, the loss on the last-second field goal. I mean, I know the Rams, were losing majority of that game, but the Rams still came back. We're in position to win that game, but the 49ers snatched it away from them in the last second on that field goal. Cardinals against the spread, we lost that bet. They miss a field goal to potentially go up by 3. So then if New England's field goal, instead of being a game winner, would have been to overtime, then maybe we get a touchdown and get a cash. But, Can't kick a field goal in that game. Kicker sucks. Giants against the spread. We lost that one. Bengals get some meaningless backdoor cover. So they ended up covering and, losing our bet. So they're just frustrating. Kyler Murray didn't have a touchdown. Then we had several other Bills props that lost. The Bills on yesterday's game ran the ball more than passing, only for the second time this season. They've been averaging about 10 to 12 more passes than rushes. And all of a sudden they want to come out yesterday and they want to run the ball. So several of our props there, or a few of them, end up losing them. So that was just really unfortunate. And then Daniel Jones. Again, this is how razor thin our week is in terms of winning and losing. Much like the Liverpool money line bet, Daniel Jones rushing yards. We went over 26.5. He ends up going out of the third quarter with the leg injury. I mean, come on, man. Ends up exiting the game in the third quarter with the leg injury. He would have probably had it because the backup if you would have added the backup rushing yards to Daniel Jones' rushing yards, he would end up 1 yard short. Well, there's a reason Daniel Jones is a starter, and the reason Daniel Jones is really good with his legs. He would have probably gotten that 1 extra yard over Colt McCoy. So just really unfortunate. Missed a couple team totals as well. So just a really brutal day, brutal time. Just absolutely. Our week started off so fantastic. 3-0 on Monday night, 5-1 in the Champions League, but overall it ends up being 14-19 and down 7.17 units. Just a tough week. Like I said, though, a lot of those bets are razor thin. I mean, the Daniel Jones, the Liverpool, the Atletico one there. Just some razor thin margins there where a couple of those go our way. It's enough to probably get us even, maybe a touch in a profit, but just missed out. Our week, though, we did end with a cash. We got the nice Aaron Rodgers under his passing total. I went ahead and tweeted that out. We used my research there from the NBC Sports Predictor app where you compete for $100,000. They had his over-under at 278. If you guys remember on that app, we predicted he would get under 225. Well, the bet cashed because he went under 278. But then we also got that question right on the NBC Sports Predictor app because he only got 211. So put that research to use in the real bets, and we got a real nice cash to end our week. Aaron Rodgers coming under his total. So that was good there to just end that, what was kind of a really bad ending towards our week, to end it with the nice cash there with Aaron Rodgers. That gives us a nice positivity going this week, and that's exactly what we need and exactly what we'll use. So with that being said, I do got 3 bets for you. I already tweeted out one of them on, I believe it was Saturday. It's the Leicester Fulham game, Leicester money line. Parlay that with over 1.5, and that comes in at minus 123. We're going to go ahead and use minus 123. We got that over at FanDuel. Currently, FanDuel right now is offering that at minus 132. So still not bad, not terrible. You can get that at minus 132, but because I tweeted it out on Saturday, we'll use the odds of that time, which again was minus 123. I mean, it's Leicester against Fulham. Fulham's obviously in the relegation. They're absolutely terrible. Leicester's, a top 4 club, having a really fantastic, campaign so far, doing really well in Europa. I thought the Premier League did them a real solid. They played Thursday night in Europa League, but now they get the Monday morning time slot there. So just the Premier League really doing them a favor. All of Leicester's big boys should be playing. So a money line plus that over 1.5. It's a no-brainer bet. Let's just hope we get the good result and it goes our way. All right, do have another soccer bet for you. It's Aston Villa versus West Ham. We're going to look at the over-under at this game, which is 2.5. The Hammers have conceded a league-low 3 home goals, and they've yet to concede a goal at home before halftime. For West Ham, 3 of the last 5 home games have been a clean sheet. The other 2, there were only 1 goal in each of those games, and one of those teams was against Manchester City. So you have 3 clean sheets in 5, and then you gave up 1 goal only at Manchester City. So obviously the Hammers are playing really good defense there at home. For Aston Villa, it's 4 straight away clean sheets, which is really impressive. 2 of those clubs are Arsenal and Leicester, so they're getting it done against good teams. So 4 away clean sheets for Villa. For West Ham, the over-under this season in 2020 is 1-3, and they're only averaging 2.3 goals per home in their matches. For Aston Villa, the over-under when they're away is 2-1, and they're averaging 2.3 goals as well when they're on their away matches. So both of them, home and away average is under 2.5. Their last 5 head-to-head matches at West Ham have all had under 2.5 goals. And in fact, the last 8 head-to-heads in this matchup have all had under 2.5 goals. I really like this under 2.5, so that's what we're going to do. It's West Ham versus Aston Villa, under 2.5 goals, and it comes in at plus 123 over at DraftKings. That's some really good value. I love those odds. I mean, the research spells it out that we should have under 2.5 goals in this game, and then you get that sweetener of plus 123. Oh, absolutely love it. Let's hope we can get that game to cooperate, and we can get a real nice underdog cash there. All right, I do have one Monday Night Football prop for you here. We all know it's the Eagles versus the Seahawks on Monday Night Football. I'm going to look at that Carson Wentz passing is what I want to look at here for this prop bet. Looking only three of his 10 games as he's gone over 250 yards. He's thrown for 2,326 yards on the season in 10 games, so that's an average of 232 yards per game. While we know the Seahawks defense, and especially that back end, that secondary has been really leaky. They're absolutely the worst in the league, actually. They are getting their top corner back in Shaquille Griffin. So Shaquille Griffin comes back into that lineup, top corner, so that should help them out. And we know that they have a good front seven as evident of how well they defend the run. So I think that'll neutralize a little bit of what the Eagles like to do with all their running backs. They love throwing the ball to their running backs, either design plays, screen plays, what have you. Well, that front seven for the Seahawks should neutralize that a good bit because they are really stout. It's evidence in the numbers of how well they play the run. And then also, if you look at Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter, they both either tweeted or retweet tweets about how Jalen Hurts is getting first team reps in practice this week. And Ian Rappaport has gone on record and saying he's going to get significant time at the quarterback position come Monday night here in this game. So he says he's not going to play, maybe not get an entire series, but when he does come on, he's going to come on for a few or several plays. So I like that, he's going to be taking production away from Carson Wentz. But even if he doesn't, I'm going to lean on these insiders. They're insiders for a reason. I have all the reason to believe them that Jalen Hurts is going to get some playing time and take it away from Carson Wentz. But even if he doesn't, only 3 times this season he's gone over 250 yards, and he's only averaging 232 passing yards per game. This to me, I'm going to go ahead and take the under here in Carson Wentz. So it's Carson Wentz under 249.5 passing yards, and that comes in at minus 124 over at DraftKings. And we'll be cheering like hell every time Jalen Hurts steps out on the field, whether he does good or bad. I don't need Jalen Hurts to do good or bad. I see him to be on the field, hopefully a little bit more than what he is. That would be almost a guaranteed cash in, because if he does bad, who cares? They'll end up punting the ball away. And if he does good, well, then he's taking yardage right away from Carson Wentz. So let's see if we can't get some Jalen Hurts here to help us out. But even if, it certainly looks like Carson Wentz will hit under just based on his stats so far this season. So that's what we'll do today. We'll look to rebound this week. We'll look to hit those 2 soccer bets in the Premier League, and then we'll look to enjoy Monday Night Football, and hopefully Carson Wentz can keep us under 249 passing yards. All right, guys, I hope you have a good week. Here it is on Monday. I'm Jason Mattis, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching this episode of Winning Bets. I'm Jason Mattis. I'll see you again when we are celebrating the wins and making more winning bets. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more winning bets.